July 4th, 2018. I'm out here visiting my dad at his gravesite, and I'm looking around, and no flags were put out today for our veterans. I guess they're not as appreciated on 4th of July as they are, I guess, Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Unfortunately, 4th of July is Independence Day, and they should all be honored, no matter what the holiday states, because if it wasn't for them, we would not be here to enjoy these holidays. I know you guys are probably getting tired by now of listening to my messages come out and for me to be trying to get the word out, but I'm persistent and I don't stop, so I'm here again to get the word out, that reminding everybody to go visit a loved one at the cemetery, or to go visit someone you don't even know at the cemetery. Somebody that has no more loved ones, to visit them at the cemetery. Make sure that you give back today. I give back because my father fought hard. His life was hard after the war. I don't think he ever truly got over it, but he managed, and he died at an early age due to complications from the war. But my father knew what he was getting into, and he fought, and he signed up. He didn't have to go. He was the only boy at the time, and he was not subject to the draft at that time, but he enlisted, and he fought not once, but enlisted twice. So I have my highest honors and respect for him, as well as my mother, who stood by him and supported him through everything. They got married at the courthouse, and my dad went away the very next day to fight. And she stood by him for 49 years. And they both laid to rest here. And for me, it strikes a harder chord, I guess, for people who have not lost loved ones in the war. But I believe that no one should, whether you have a loved one that you lost in the war, or haven't had a loved one that lost in the war, you know someone who has lost a loved one in the war, and they should be honored, and they should be respected as they would respect you if they were here, and as they put their lives on the line for you. My father is the strongest guy I ever knew, and I am more proud of him ever in my whole entire life. Everything that I have inside of him is from him, and my perseverance, my strength, and I was fortunate enough to get a little bit of both my parents, considering the fact that they were both stubborn, headstrong, and persevered through the toughest times of their lives. So take a minute, take a couple minutes, leave your hot dog behind, go to a cemetery that's closest to you where you see a flag, kneel down and just give them the right, even if you say Our Father, who art in heaven, give them some respect, as I give him every year. And I look around today and I don't see any flags. It saddens me. And it should not be this way. People should respect and love those who fought and died for them. And for those who still fight and die for them, and those who are still fighting, and those who fight the streets for them, and those who fight burning buildings for them. All people that have the courage to protect us should be respected on this day. I'm going to pan around again, as I usually do, in hopes that it will jar some memories to people, or at least the thought process that, you know, coming here means a lot to somebody, even if it's not a fulfilling thing for yourself, but it's a fulfilling thing for our country to know that you respected one who has passed. But I would hope that it would fulfill you internally as well as it does for me. So I'm going to pan around, and forgive me, it is a little hot out here today. It is about close to 100 degrees out here today, and I guess a lot of people, especially the people who have elderly family members that could not make it today because of the heat, have stayed home, and I can completely understand that. But if you can, put a cold towel on your head, put a cold towel around your neck, and come visit, please. So, once again, this is my father's grave. And the cemetery itself has hardly no flags. Only the loved ones that still have people living have come and place their flowers on their grave sites. And it saddens me to see such a thing. But unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. The only thing I can continue to do is try to get the word out and let people know that they should be respected. And as I draped my dad's flag over his grave site, it reminded me of the day he passed and the day they played the song when they folded the flag and handed it to my mother. It was the saddest thing I've ever remembered in my life. And it was truly, truly the first time in my life that I realized Dad wasn't ever coming back. But in the same respect, I was proud of him for what he had done for our country, and what he had done to make me who I am today. And as I respect every veteran today, I can only hope that you guys who actually watch my videos will do the same, because they give us the very freedom to give us that chance to do what we want, to become what we want, to have kids and have their kids grow up and become whatever they want. Please respect them. If you can't do it in person, just respect them in your prayers, because I know that I respect my father every day in my prayers, and I miss my mother every day in my life, because I have no family left. I have one sister, and she is in North Carolina, and I can't see her as often as I can. And coming here not only brings me peace of mind, but brings me closer to them. So please, once again, I beg of you, don't let your parents die in vain without them knowing the love that you have and the respect and the pride that you have for what they have done for you. Because I know that when my parents were alive, I told them every day of my life. And I still tell them every day in death. And I still pray for them, and I know they're watching over me. So please, take time. Do what you can for the veterans. I am part of Write a Soldier program. Join up. It's just a letter back and forth to a soldier in Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever he may be. Just to let him know and keep him grounded on what's going on here. Become a pen pal. Send care packages. You know, I send care packages in the holidays for Christmas and everything like that. And, you know, it truly helps. And don't only send it in Christmas time to the person that you're writing to. Send it to their platoon. Even if you give them a big tin of cookies, send it to them. Because it helps them realize that they still are respected and loved back here. And we pray every night for all of them for a safe return to their families, their wives, and their children. And to let them know they are loved here. So please, take a moment. And please, by all means, have a safe and happy holiday. And make sure that you respect the cops and the firefighters on this day, because they are trying to give us a good holiday. So they deserve the respect that we deserve. So I'm going to sign off and hope that this message reaches you guys. Hope that this message reaches the world, because that is my whole purpose of this. Because as you can see, I don't do this out of the sheer I want popularity. I just want people to understand that there is bigger things in this world than us. Do what you can. And God, please respect our brothers and sisters. And love them as I love them.